So, morning all, and welcome along to Eclipse Motorcycles. Test ride again for customer. Back out on another LXR. Loads and loads of videos I've done of these. This is test ride for the customer so you can see his bike being run in at the correct speed, at the appropriate mileage, and we're just going to crack the miles up on this. So, a quick look around the LXR. It's water-cooled engine, SY125 engine. Very easy, check your water levels here. Check your brake fluids, obviously engine oil just down here, rear brake fluid, and we are running 110 70/17s and a 150 55/17 on the rear. So decent set of tyres on these. I do love these LXRs. If you're looking at sports bikes and you want a decent little sports bike for not much money compared to the big brand bikes, very good for you. Big rev counter in the centre, miles an hour, mileage, fuel, gear indicator, all your telltales to the left. Mirrors on this, lovely. Now you can see absolutely everything behind you. Now, 3 different ways to run the lights: daytime and nighttime, and you've got them. I tend to leave my lights on all the time. Makes car drivers more aware of you. So, let's get it out. Let's get some mileage on. And as always, start with a little bit of the boring dual carriageway. So, I always say with a bike, first time running in, get through the gearbox as quick as you can, low revs, and then build your power up from top gear. Some people tend to whack the revs on, get through every single gear in the highest rev they can. Try and keep your revs low when you're running a new bike in. Now obviously purposes of running in, and we've had a lot of questions: do I really need to run my bike in? Some say yes, some say no. Some say the factory pre-run the engines in. If they was to do that, they would have no time to build bikes. A running in schedule on one of these is 500 miles or 3 months up to your first service, and you should be doing 40 to 45 mile an hour. In on the brakes, and we're going to clutch in and hold down on the front brake, and just clicking through the box. Very easy just to click through that box as well. We are away again. There's a 6-speed box on it, so 6 gears, same as what you'd get on a big bike. But the riding position, it's still sports style. You're still hunched forward a little bit. The seat does tuck you into the tank, so you do get tucked into the tank very, very well. But the mirror view and the riding position is very comfortable for a 125 sports bike. So 40 mile an hour, little burst to 45 for the first 500 miles or 3 months. Get your service out the way, then you can do 50, burst to 55, and that will take you 3,000 miles or 6 months on. Once you've done your second service, you are all good to go. Now the reason you're going to be doing that is you're going to be wearing the engine in slowly. If you do tend to rag it around straight out of the box, you're going to end up with barrel scoring, ball wear. The engine's not going to have a chance to breathe. It's like a newborn baby. Let it crawl, let it walk, let it run. And very, very easy way to explain it. One of our customers, Ali, and you may know her on Instagram as Redlocks, had an Iska with us. Now Ali rode everywhere, 45 mile an hour for the first. On the old system it was 300 miles or 3 months. So she did her first service, second service, third service, never went over about 50, 55. Nice and slow, potted around. Did a run with us recently, and her Iska went past us at 72 because she'd run it in appropriately, and she said it wasn't even screaming, it still did 72. Now she's obviously progressed up to a FZ6, done her Mod 1 and Mod 2, but she paid, I believe, £1,900 or £2,000 for her Iska back in the day, and that was a couple of years ago. She resold it, I think it was for around about £1,500, so in the course of 2 years she lost about £400 on it. £200 a year for riding a bike is not bad at all. Just watching that slip road on my inside. So that is the reason you run a bike in. And obviously you get those that don't, and you can soon tell, because as soon as you drop the oil out, you'll get loads and loads of swarf coming out the bottom. It's normally a flush to get all that crap out. Flush it out with some fresh oil, drain it, and then fresh oil back in. So that is the reason. Another thing, and if you haven't seen my TikTok or my YouTube shorts, chain tension. That is the one thing most 17-year-olds, unless they've got a family member that is into biking, unmarked, unless they've got a family member that's into biking, and the speed camera is up there, hey, lo and behold, he's keeping an eye on people. As I was saying, have no mechanical knowledge. So, what you're going to be doing before you ride your bike, first things first, you're going to be checking your lights, your fuel, your tyre pressures, we're going to shift lanes, and of course your chain tension. And I'll go and have a look at that chain that obviously I posted up. Yes, I know it had slipped the front sprocket, hard in on the front brake. Let's see what she's like. Bang, straight down. So that had slipped the front sprocket, but the actual quality or quality of that chain, it was rusted to hell, links were seized on it, and no chain lube on that whatsoever. And obviously once we put it on the front sprocket, it was still flapping around like a good one. Managed to save the sprockets. The sprockets were actually okay on it, and your sprockets should be nicely round and pointy. If they have obviously got the teeth starting to go, then it's time to change your sprockets up. But normally you can get about 2 chains out of a set of sprockets. Come on, Mr. Learner. But you should have around about 20 mil of play seated on the bike. So don't, whatever you do, set your chain tension up, because when you sit on the bike you will take up some of that chain tension with the suspension. So always get your chain done while you are seated on the bike, or get someone to sit on the bike and have a look. But normally if you just leave a little bit more space, you will find that your chain tension is good. But decent chain lube. Now obviously I tend to use a lot of Moto products, so Moto chain lube or a decent muck-off chain lube. And you've got 2 types, you've got the wet lube and the dry lube. Dry lube is good, wet lube is as good as well, but it obviously depends what your riding conditions are. Just let the Merc out behind me. That was a VW. So that's what you should be doing. Chain tension, keeping it lubed. As I always say, your chain and your tyres are the one thing that obviously keep you grounded on the road, keep the bike riding. So that is a necessity. Tyre pressures as well. As I said in the live stream that we do on a Friday night at 8 o'clock, a 2 psi change in tyre pressures can affect the bike dramatically. And for instance, we had one in yesterday, brought it in for a service. I said, when was the last time you checked your tyre pressures? Oh god, about 2 months ago. Yeah, you had 15 in the front and 22 in the back. Oh, what should it be? 32, 34. Because the bike handle, you know, it don't steer very well. It's a bit floaty on the corners, and that is your reason why. So check your tyre pressures. I normally check every time I ride a bike. So obviously this one was in for final QC today. First thing I do, go round it, check my oil levels, lights, indicators, tyre pressures, quick bolt check round the bike, because it is a final QC. Start it up, leave it running on the ramp for 10 minutes, make sure all my temperatures all come up and the fan kicks in. It's just something you should be doing all the time. Now, on to what we do. So we do TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and of course the YouTubes and the Twitters. the TikTok, Mr. Revbomb. You can catch me on there if you want to go and follow that channel. Tends to be the normal stuff we do when we go out to the bike caps or rides out with the crew. And Instagram is the same. On the YouTube there is a list of motovloggers that I follow in the description down below on every video. Go and follow all those guys. And as always, regular Friday night live stream. Come join us at 8 o'clock. You can follow us on YouTube, 8 o'clock live stream. And the link normally goes up on the Revbomb channel as well on Facebook, so you can just click the link, go straight to YouTube. Very interesting. We talk about bikes for the first hour, and then normally it goes a little bit sideways and it's anything goes, as long as you don't talk about electric motorcycles, which tends to upset some people. Now the crew. We have a Milton Keynes ride crew, so if you happen to live local to Milton Keynes, we do regular rides out from Eclipse motorcycles, normally first or last Sunday of the month, weather permitting, and then sometimes we do a few more. This Sunday we are doing a long ride out and then a final finish down at the Super Sausage, where we get to catch up with a few of the motovloggers. So Rhythmic Biker, follow him, the Uncle Red on his Kawasaki Vulcan, Simon GTR 1400, who is currently in Florida at the moment, meeting up with one of our American motovloggers, Hells on Two Wheels. So you can go and follow all the footage and catch up with Crystal and Drew, who are Hells on Two Wheels. Then you've got obviously Stevie, the military biker from Canada. He has got a live stream going out this weekend, so go and check out Military Biker's channel. Very, very interesting. And he's a Scouser as well that has moved to Canada. Peaky Biker, another good one. Go and follow his channel. Carl Dutz Rideouts, another good one. And then of course all of our Scottish guys, which is Zedhead, Lockwood 92, Ayrshire Vlogster, Grems, all the boys from Scotland. And then down on the south coast, Exeter Rider, Comedy Mal, Howie 702 Motovlogs, but they are all in the description down below. And of course the London bikers, can't forget my mate Premises 187, go and check out Premo, he does some great stuff. And of course Toasty, or otherwise known as Beans on Toast, very interesting, very quirky. Go and check out Beans on Toast, otherwise known as Toasty on Tick, if you happen to get him on TikTok, Toasty on Tick. And he does some great content as well. So currently 7 miles racked up on the bike. We're doing the hill climb at the moment, just to check how good the bike is up a hill. Just put a little bit of torque on the back end to make the engine work a little bit, and by the time the customer comes to get it, it'll be all singing, all dancing. As always, the final day before a customer collects, we go a little bit OTT. Most dealers will just clean the bike, stick it out the front, job done. We tend to give it a clean, dry the bike off with an air blower, give it a shine and a polish, and then I go round with my obligatory can of ACF 50 rust preventer. I absolutely love ACF 50. I have been using muck off HF 10, but you can't beat ACF 50. It's probably the best product in the world. And if you just apply it to all your metal components, your nuts, your bolts, it will stop or inhibit most of the corrosion if you are riding all year round. And people say, do I really need to do that? Yes. Oh, but Chinese bikes are they just rust all the time. Yes, they will. Any bike will rust all the time, because road dirt, road grime contains salt. It will just rot your bike. So at least once or twice a month you should be cleaning your bike. I tend to ride my bike as soon as it gets back to the garage. If it is dirty, give it a wash off. Just get the jet wash out, give it a wash off, give it a dry off with the air blower, and just quick polish. ACF 50 absolutely everywhere. And yes, you can put it on your panels. It does make your panels shine. What you will find, a lot of people say don't put it on plastics. I've never had a problem putting ACF 50 on my plastics, and it does make them shine. and it does inhibit all the crap sticking to your bike, because all you got to do is give it a quick wash off. The ACF 50's on there, it's going to stop everything sticking, and it makes your bike washing a lot easier. Must mention as well, if you are into big bikes and you happen to live sort of central England, there is a very, very good motorcycle detailer and valeter by the name of Valentino Glossy. No, not the racetrack rider Rossi, Valentino Glossy. Now he's very good at what he does. We have seen the work on the Rhythmic Bikers Sprint 1050. He has done that very, very well. So if you are into having your bike fully valeted back to almost showroom condition, speak to Valentino Glossy. He's on Instagram and Facebook. Go and check him out. He's very, very busy at the moment. He is booking for January of next year. He is that busy. I've actually got the GTR booked in for the 5th of December, and he's coming down to Eclipse, so we will be doing a video of that, catching him valeting, and see what a difference he makes to the GTR 1400. So back to the garage we go. It's been a little bit of a long one, this one, but must obviously say a big thank you to everybody that's liked, subscribed, followed me on all the social medias. Thank you very much for your support and your following. It is appreciated. And then a quick couple of shout outs, thanks to my mate Carl Dutz, who did the Rev Bomb challenge for me. Didn't have many bridges, but he did the Rev Bomb challenge for me. Thanks, Carl. And Carl does some really good videos of local places to ride, so go and check out the channel Carl Dutz Rides. There'll be a description probably down in the video somewhere, post edit. And then obviously a big shout out to all the other guys that come in on the live streams. So many to mention, but thank you. And the final one, Boat and Biker Bird. Yes, she is finally with her little Lexmoto Michigan on YouTube. Hooray! Boating Biker Bird's got a YouTube channel. She has got a Facebook as well, and an Instagram. Go and check out Boating Biker Bird. We're going to start to wind it up here, so as I say, follow me social medias. That's TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and of course the YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment, share, do all the thumbs up dangly things that you do. Until the next time though, guys, which is probably going to be about 10 minutes, we're going to be out on an Aura next. Be well, ride safe, and from RB, as always, it's a big goodbye from me.